Jameyer, I mean, okay, for the sake of the conversation and brevity, let's just take out Jameyer's skill 3 as well. How does RTA look to you now? Does it look
Overall
different? Does it
users
look
are
more
telling you to
balanced?
shut the fuck up, right?
Bro, dude, Gaddy's just sitting here
Hey,
like,
this is
motherfuckers, you already chop off my leg, my arms, my dick, and then what do you want to chop off now, bro? I'm already dead, bro. All right, let's go ahead and start the podcast here. Yeah, aloha everybody from the YouTube channel. Welcome back to another week of a podcast. As you can see, we got a different group of people here. We got some people back in it. Thompsin is back. Welcome back from Paris.
Feels good to be back on podcast.
Yeah, it feels good to have you back, man. It's good to have you here, Thompsin. We got Tyler, Wants to Love, back here again, except now it's like super cold for him. He says it's like 10 degrees where he's living. So thanks for joining us, even though it's super cold. We got DJ once again. Welcome back, DJ. And we have a new name here today. We have Daniel Carioca. Yeah, I believe you are a streamer for the Portuguese community. Is that right? Brazilian community? Is it Portuguese community? Or tell us a little about yourself, Daniel. And let us know how you got into streaming, as well as what is Summoner's War to you. You know what I mean? And how long you've been playing Summoner's War. Go ahead.
I started streaming Summoners War about 2 years, and I streaming a lot of Portuguese, and I see a lot of streaming people say in English, and I will try learn the English for helping more people I can do, because a lot of people need support, and they have different units, they have different rooms. And you can help anyone if you say in English. And the Thompson come to my channel on time. We speak a lot about the RTA, the math, the units. It's very fun. It's very, very fun. The community, I love it a lot. And I have to give my community here, the Catarina and the Ihua.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, thanks for joining us today, and appreciate it. That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's amazing how we have so many different streamers and so many different languages. You know, so no matter where you are in the world, what language you speak, right, there is probably going to be a content creator out there that can help you out and make you feel at home, because not everybody knows English, right?
Yes, I'm very happy with you invited me today, and I feel so good today.
Hey, I'm happy that you're here, man. I appreciate you making time. All right, so before we get into the topics and discussions here today, let's talk to Thompsin a little bit. Let's get your thoughts, man. Everybody wants to know, how you felt and whatnot. Let's get your thoughts on the tournament, right? We talked a little bit about it last week already, because everybody that I brought into the podcast last week was at SWC, right? Some of these people here, they weren't in Paris. So I just kind of wanted your thoughts on it, kind of like your own topic here. Tell us about Paris. Tell us about how you felt in the tournament, and tell us, how it was after, because you were there for a couple of days after to spend some time with...
Hey, one question at a time, Brian. So
and as well as what units and what you thought about the Game 5 draft, and then why you chose Anger, why you knew that Gani was going to move before you but didn't ban the speed. And I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead.
Before I started the podcast, I just want to say JK had one of the best ideas ever, which was having a grindstone building.
Yeah, we're still pushing for that.
Grindstones in. That's still like MVP suggestion. So come to us if you're listening. Please make a grindstone building. Paris is cool. Got to meet everybody, the EU community, and even though they're all cheering for Boss and Rothis,
yeah.
But it was cool. It was a good experience, and all the casting in every language was done really well, and it was just super fun. It was a great experience, and I think my matches went really well. Like, it was really fun to watch, right? It went down to the wire. There was a death match in all my matches, right? So that was kind of cool. Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm sure a lot of other people are curious as well. Were you super nervous when you started that series for the finals, the best out of 5? Did you feel yourself really nervous at that point?
Nervous? I wasn't nervous because my expectations for myself was just to beat Judas.
Okay.
But then I ran out of stamina, especially mental stamina. It was I got really tired at the end, especially I'm the type of guy that I really hate heat. Like, when it gets super hot, I get it doesn't feel good, And where we're sitting at, in there. You don't even know where you're sitting at. On the table where you're sitting at, there's a heater blowing at you.
What?
It's crazy. There's a fire breathing. There's a Zyros underneath you blowing fire at you. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's like a hot vent. So it was bad. That was not a good experience. Everything else was really cool.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I guess adding on to that, were you nervous when it was ult2? Because you did come back 2-2, but were you like pretty nervous at ult2?
I wasn't nervous. I mean,
so not nervous at all. Then. Okay.
Like, it just felt good that like I was up on stage as the final round. You know, there's nothing nervous to be about. Like the fact that I got that far, I already took a W. You know, it really felt pretty good.
I mean, you can think of it this way, right? Tomato won the other year, and he only got 20K. So you took second place with 20K. I mean, bro, it's like you won SWC, bro. Let's just be real.
Man, it was just like money comes and goes, but experience up there and the people I got to meet, also like the fans, it was a really good experience. It was really fun. Yeah,
that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, man. Yeah, we were all rooting for you, man. And it was a really good match. Like you said, the crowd was amazing. The tournament was amazing. The matches were great, right? The procs and the way that the matches turned out. The mistakes, yeah.
I made a lot of people lose crystals, though, because a lot of people vote for me to win. So I apologize for the crystals I've lost for everybody. But for people that trusted me. But I guess no one really bet on Les to win the whole thing. That's why.
Yeah, there was very few people that thought he would win. So it was kind of crazy. It was an overall really nice tournament.
Me, the one people say Thompson gonna win.
Thank you. I made a mistake though, because Les, I didn't know how he plays and how fast he was, and if I did more research, and I would have been more prepared. But it was hard to adapt, like in the last round and the final matches. Yeah,
I see. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing.
Was Les supposed to be fast? Was he supposed to be slow? He has a swift Ganymede. He had a violent non-will Ganymede, which is kind of tricky. So I made a mistake over there, and you know, you live and learn.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're up on stage, man, and you're nervous and you're tired from the whole day. I mean, that last match, 2-2, that's the last match you're gonna play. I mean, you're just mentally exhausted, right? Because I definitely some flaws.
I should have banned Sierra, but like. I should have banned Sierra, of course, but throughout the course of I was a little jaded because being in tournament is all about adapting, and I just played against Boss, and Boss's Sierra did not much, like missing bombs, and it just didn't do much. So I, just in my head, I was already adapted to like banning the Sierra and like, you know, not banning the Sierra and then banning another unit. Of course, it's the wrong idea, but I was already adapted to playing Boss that it was like two different people. I couldn't like change in time, you know.
You weren't as prepared for less.
Yeah, exactly.
It's understandable. I mean, people know as well that wasn't like your best draft and whatnot, but yeah. I mean, I think you did very good, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you for some of your thoughts, man. It's nice to hear some thoughts from you, and you know, knowing that I didn't know it was that hot on stage. I know it was that hot up there, but I didn't know it was that hot on stage.
There's a heat vent right underneath you, blowing hot air at you. It was bad, especially like through the course. Like if you play one game or two games, it's okay, but like in a best out of 5, it feels really bad, man.
DJ and Tyler or Daniel, did you guys have any questions for Thompson though? You know, since he was playing up there, is there anything that you want to ask him? Just curious. I thought I'd just throw it out there. You guys don't have to have a question for him.
I have one question for Thompson.
Why didn't I ban the Sierra, right?
No. Why you try running Celia in the last match?
That was a mistake. That was an absolute mistake. I mean,
congratulations on that, by the way.
Yeah, congrats to getting Celia.
It's a blessing and a curse, kind of, but that was a bad pick.
I didn't know until I watched the match. I was like, what the hell is this?
When I was thinking about Celia, I tried to prevent him from bringing like too much immunity as the last pick. It was a bad pick. I could have picked any other monster, but in my head, I was like, I got to bring Celia out at the last match. So it was kind of like already.
Which match was it?
Huh?
The first match.
The first match.
The first. Because I was thinking, dude, if you brought that out on the last one and you banned the Sierra instead of choosing the Aegir, you'd win as well. I think exactly. That Celia was a good pick. I
agree. I could have done 101 things. I just didn't do those 101 things.
Yeah, true.
I did the one thing that made me lose.
Any other questions for him, or we're gonna move actually on to topic 1? That was topic 0. Thompson on the spotlight there. All right, we'll go ahead and move into topic number 1 here. So as you guys know, FRR just happened, and that means that HOH is coming up this weekend. Yeah. What do you guys think the HOH is gonna be? What are your thoughts on it? And again, anything that we can do and suggest to improve Hall of Heroes moving forward. Yeah, I know we have this discussion literally once a month, right?
I got the last HOH right.
What was it? What was it again?
The light pumpkin.
I mean, yeah, we all kind of
Yeah.
speculated that. We hope
But
we're all
everyone
wrong,
was like
though.
something else,
I
right?
linked the Hall of Heroes lists for you guys if you want to look.
Sweet. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Which
I
element
mean,
is it?
I think it's gonna be like, I mean, I'd like it to be something useful, like, you know, a Sige or something like that we could have and kind of use. That's not that
Useful.
OP,
Shige, pick one.
Dark unit.
but it's hard, man. I mean, what are the crap ones? Because we know it's gonna be
Dark,
crap
give me
ones, right?
Dark Sylph. Just give Dark Sylph to people.
Dark
Dude, that's
Sylph
too
is so
good, dude. You know how? I actually
I
think
don't
Dark
think
Sylph
it's
is really
really-
good.
I
It's-
think
it's
Dark
good
Sylph
if
is
you have really good runes. If you don't have really good runes, it's just all right.
I mean, but anybody going into RTA with a kind of that type of control support unit is, you know, has an X amount of rune quality on it, right? I think the unit's
Do you
really
think
really busted.
Control units need really good runes though. Like it really just needs like HP, accuracy, defense.
Yeah, when he means good runes, I think he means like speed. I mean, it's got to be a fast unit, right, with good accuracy. So it falls in that category of that set.
Even if
So
you
either
bring
you either
in
need
like
to be really fast or you need to have will. It's like one of
even
or
if
the
you
other.
bring in like a Swift one, it's kind of scary, right?
Yeah,
But-
I think he's actually pretty good.
It's really good. Yeah, I agree. It counters Fire Lich.
Oh yeah, because
Oh,
no
buff
buffs,
rock.
no buffs. You're right. True.
My favorite was someone was like, it counters Josephine. I was like, no, it doesn't.
It in a way,
It kind of does.
it's a
but
pseudo, but it's not a direct. No, it's not
The
a
first thing they
direct.
said was it counters Josephine because she can't get counter buff. I was like, but she cleanses herself.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's completely wrong.
I wouldn't mind seeing Dark Dice for something on the reasonable side. I also wouldn't mind seeing something like Dark Barbaric King.
Doesn't proc anyways, so might as well give it to everybody. I mean, it doesn't proc for me. I'm gonna tell you that. So yeah, just give it to everybody, no problem. What do you think, DJ? Out of the list that you've seen so far?
Succubus would be cool.
Oh yeah.
She's pretty good
Succubus
though.
came- was it a HOH already?
I don't think the dark one was.
No, I
No,
don't think the dark one was. I know Josh, Fate Man played with it before, but then
It's
yeah,
good.
the strip
Yeah.
is pretty
Obabo
good.
used to use it a lot.
But I heard the strip doesn't do what it does unless you actually strip. Like what is it? It like strips and
So it
replaces
strips
with something,
three
right?
It strips 3 times in order. So if you miss the first, if you don't get the immunity, you're fucked. She was an HOH, by the way.
Oh, she wasn't. I don't even remember she was in HOH. Huh?
She was or wasn't?
She was, I guess. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I thought she was. Yeah.
Okay, so
So
DJ, you gotta look back here. Maybe you didn't even do the HOH, bro. You fell asleep.
They're so fast now that you can only farm. You don't spend the whole weekend farming anymore. I can't remember.
True. I mean, there's also unreasonable ones like Beta, Frigate. I mean, I don't think we're getting those. Fae, right?
I
Definitely fall
don't
into
have Beta or
I
Maul.
think this HOH is Dark Gargula.
what? Dark what?
Dark Gargula.
Dark Gargoyle?
new
Really?
Yes.
It's a new
come on.
unit.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I really hope it's Luna.
Wait, Luna
Yes,
was
Luna.
Luna
Luna's
was
very
a
fun.
when Luna was an HOH before though.
I know, but I really want it to be Luna again,
was
so I can
an
build the
HOH?
Giants team.
I see.
I don't
I
think
want
Luna was
I want the
HOH.
perfect Giants team.
Yeah, she was given a long time ago though, Thompson.
Oh.
Yeah, really, maybe even before you started
Before I
playing.
started playing, probably.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
That's-
She was
Wow.
out before I started playing. She was out in 2015, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty long ago. So yeah, there's not too many
Actually-
like crap options. There's not too many good options because like the ones that are good are like too good, man. It's like too good. There's no way we're getting Beta, Frigate, or Libly, or Fae. We're not getting
Yeah.
those, man. Let's be real. We dream it. We dream
Back to Ezreal, real quick. Ezreal is a really good monster. It's just really hard to get the crit rate, crit damage, accuracy, and then the speed to go before everybody to strip, armor break, and then do her stuff.
Actually, wait. Luna's never been out on global. Luna was out before that
Yeah.
existed.
Also,
Yeah,
it was
so,
only
like,
on
we
Korea
actually,
server.
we
then.
actually could get.
I
Luna.
never
Wow,
experienced.
what's
that.
up with Korean companies and releasing Luna, but except for global server?
Relax, right?
You see what I did there? Only people that play Epic 7
for
know.
those in chat who are
About
wondering
these
why I'm
at Paris, and they are amazing. They taste
Nutella
really good.
biscuits. That actually looks really good.
how big are they? Are they like small or like quite large? Oh, they're like
Oh.
Oreo sized.
Not bad. That looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's really good.
For those wondering why I keep saying Luna, there's a Japanese players released a team. This is a couple months ago now, but because the purees have conditional skill 3s, so like if you're at 100 HP, it will do this. They have perfect AI, So Julia has perfect AI, Sophia has perfect AI, Luna has perfect AI.
Oh, so it will do what it's supposed to do and not derp.
Yeah.
Yes, because there's a conditional statement in the AI that says when this unit is at 100% HP, it will do this. That's how.
That makes sense. That really makes sense. Interesting. Wow, that could be like tuned perfectly for like a perfect Giants team or whatnot.
Yes, it's a perfect 22-second Giants team.
Really?
It's nuts.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. So maybe they'll bring that back then. That's actually not a bad unit to bring back, a Luna. And it would be pertinent to other people. Are there any
voted
more
for
crappy
her.
ones? I can't think of any more crappy ones that they could give us. Are there any more doo-doo ones that we're missing?
80% are crappy ones.
I think we already got all the doo-doo ones though, I feel. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, Dryad. Oh, Dryad is an interesting one, right?
I want that one.
Yeah, Haynes.
I want it. I want Beta too. I don't have a mermaid.
They're definitely not giving that. All right, we got some speculations out here. So we'll see what this HOH is. Typically, every time we have this podcast, I feel like the HOH is like always released like on the same day. Like they tend to release it on like Tuesdays. I don't know why. Tuesdays or Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll find out real soon what it's going to be. Maybe we're right. Maybe we're wrong. Right? Maybe you guys will know by the time this podcast gets on the YouTube channel though. But all right, quick topic there. I'm going to move on to topic number 2. Now, this is going to be a little bit more extensive. Yeah, we did talk about it last week, but we're going to probably talk about it for a while. Balance patch. What units are OP? What units are not? What are your thoughts on the balance patch since you guys have not gotten your time to convey your opinions? And since now that there's been some testing, which units are actually good and which ones are actually underwhelming, right?
I have intensively really tested Praha. Like, I really like Praha in general. But I tried her on Violent. The best build was Violent. Despair is not so good. Violent is really good. So Violent Praha is really good, but her sleep is very inconsistent. It's almost like one unit every time she heals or less. Yeah.
So she didn't really get better then. Not usable then.
She got a little bit better, but she's not good enough for people to start using her competitively, I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's good. She's a lot usable. The fact I think like her third move, if it doesn't cause her to sleep, it'll be better. Yeah. Because it doesn't really sleep the other units anymore. It doesn't really work. I don't know. Or maybe my accuracy is too low, but it's really hard to get her like max crit rate and also like on Violent with that, like, you know, that 278 speed range with accuracy, right? So, yeah.
I mean, on average, right, with 4 units, 50% chance to sleep, right? You expect to sleep 2 of them, but you have to factor into an accuracy check. So you, on average, you sleep like 1 point something, right?
On average, I sleep 1 and
that's about right.
or 0. It's pretty bad. Yeah.
It's kind of bad. Go ahead, Daniel.
I tested Praha a lot. I don't have a Praha in my account. I test with 100 accuracy, and the sleep is not good, and the sleep a lot of inconsistency. But I really like Praha better and G1 defense because a lot of people don't have will and attack with Tiana Zyrus, and this time is very work well.
Also like defenses like for Guild Wars and Arena. Oh yeah, that actually does shake up the meta for Arena, right? And stuff like that. Because when you're using a Nem Praha or something, and she moves and she sleeps, most of the time people are cleaving with Tiana. That could sleep any of your opponent's units, and that can mess up your cleave. That's true. That's actually true.
The defense I get yesterday in Guild Wars, it's Praha, Fire Elite, and the Grego. Oh my god.
What's the last name again?
So Grego.
Grego.
Dark Elite.
Oh, I see. So 4-star siege. Oh no, that's 5-star siege.
No,
interesting.
Yes, 5-star siege. 5-star siege. It's all people want 100 res, I think, because the leader. And when you try explode one, Praha sleep your nuke and you can do nothing. The Fire Elite is stopping. Grego the defense break, the Dark Elite, and the Praha focus on defense break with a lot of crit rate. He can heal and strip more and stun. It's not easy to fight on defense now with Praha because you so scared. If you have will, she can strip. If you don't have, he can sleep. It's interesting now for defense, but For offense and the RTA, I really don't like because the sleep is not good. But in defense, you have 3 monsters only, not 4. And if you get the luck, I think it shows well.
I have the same issue using Praha as Daniel. The sleep is very underwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just not consistent enough is all it is. But I think on defense and whatnot, I think people are probably gonna, you know, if you're a Conqueror, you're in G1, maybe G2, Siege and Guild Wars, you might pull it out and maybe try it out on defense now for fun, right? It might be an
I think
option.
it could even work in G3 Siege or Guild War. It's a good defensive
Could
unit.
throw people off. It could definitely throw people off for sure. Yeah,
Except the weird part is kind of overlaps the leader skill with Jean, because like you want Jean and Praha kind of together, but they both have a resistance leader skill. But
True.
Other than that, yeah.
Or now it allows you to make more defenses if you split them with resistance lead, right? Because how do you win Guild Wars, right? It's resistance and violent procs, right?
Yeah.
That's how you win those. So it can be beneficial, true. Any other units? Because this balance patch was huge, right? We didn't get to hear DJ's opinion on the balance patch or Tyler, you know, from last week. So let's see what you guys had to say. Bring up some of the units. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss about it.
Well, since we were talking about
Dragon
Praha,
Knights are sick.
What happened?
Dragon Knight skill 2 is sick.
you think so? I don't think it does anything.
Really? Let's hear it. That controversy.
It kills through so many different things now. There's so much
did
less
Wu Young,
protection.
but nobody uses Wu Young. And she gives herself attack buff and she has speed lead, and nobody uses it. She does the same thing on her 3rd skill.
I think people did forget about Wu Young.
Yeah, but the 3rd skill cooldown difference as well, and the scalings.
But you're still
Just
killing
because
through
the,
the shield.
just because the skill is the same doesn't mean that the setup
right?
of the skill is the same.
It's not like 7 turns of invincibility.
Yeah, but being able to kill a first turn something like a Shiho is really important and valuable.
You're talking about
But you're taking
about
2nd
RTA,
turn already.
Tyler.
Pardon?
You're talking about RTA.
Think about any time. You just kill things. You kill things through defense buff.
I think for RTA it's a bit clunky, but for other content it's pretty good.
You'd be surprised how many people
Guild
pick Chow
Wars,
now.
I think
It's
it's pretty
crazy. Chow has become like an actual pick.
I actually think Justice is really strong.
How
let's talk about
surviving
it.
when Hathor is picked 90% of the time?
Because most people just ban out Hathor.
Well, but then that makes your pick really clunky, right? Because then you're forced to ban Hathor.
Yeah, but that's not because you pick Chow. That's because it's Hathor.
So what if they go like
They're
Hathor, Diana?
completely separate.
Okay, all right. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying, what if they go Hathor, Diana? Then you pick your poison, right?
I mean, Chow's a
Because
last
if you
pick.
Chow,
Isn't
it's
it?
gonna happen.
I mean, in the same situation, you just pick Leica, right? So it's a last pick option, really, is
You're
what it
gonna
comes
go
down to.
Leica, Chow, then you're really.
No. You don't pick both. You'd pick Leica or Chow. That's the last pick slot.
Oh,
It's not like an early pick, but it works really well as a last pick now.
I think Dragon Knights are decent in other content, and RTA is still a bit clunky, but I could see it do work as a great counter pick. Kind of like how the monkeys are. The monkeys are great, but they're like, you know.
So
in
like
certain
looking
situations,
into like the
not great,
meta
but-
that RTA is, I mean, you notice a lot of people, you know, you pick in a lot of like support bruiser types units, right? So I feel that, you know, the Dragon Knights are good if you need a damage pick, right? Their passives make them pretty strong, but it's not going to be like a early or mid pick. It's going to be a last pick because you're like, oh, I can put damage in here and bring in threat, right? And it does bring a lot of threat. Chow, Leica, they bring in a lot of threat. I agree. And
You know who counters the Dragon Knight really well?
Who?
The pre-buffed Laura.
Wait, why
Was
pre-buff
the
though?
attack down?
Yes,
But pre-buff Laura wasn't that good in general.
but it got nerfed. But Laura
Did
got
it?
nerfed.
Did it get
Wait, it got nerfed? Okay, wait, let's
Okay,
talk about
okay.
that. Okay, let's
Okay,
go. Let's
wait.
talk about that.
I'm here to
know.
vent.
What do you consider a nerf?
I'm
The
here to
unit
vent.
skill is
How
weaker,
come-
or the unit's
I'm here to
usability
vent.
is weaker?
How come there? All right, a few strippers in the game are really good. One, AOE strips and boost attack bar. Oh, so good. Another one, AOE strips and pushes attack bar back. Triton, and then has a silence on top of that. So good. Gianna, you know, even the fire fairy strips and does slow, right?
That's useless. Don't even bring that one up because there's literally no follow up with it.
But
strip and
it's
slow
still-
debuff, it doesn't do anything unless you
I
have
get it.
something else to immediately
if
drop.
you think that is useless, think about Laura. How useless that is.
I think Laura now is best unit for defense, cleave, and RTA because has strip and buff, and you can pull new Abelius today.
So tell me a defense Lucian.
No,
A
not
defense
defense. RTA. Defense cleave with bulldozer, copper. It's another
Yeah, but-
unit.
They ignore defense. You don't need to
But
you don't need to strip.
Okay, but you can control.
Immensity is 90% better though. And
So wait, why is Laura nerfed again? Because didn't she just gain something? Did she lose something? Did she lose something?
she lost attack break
Attack break.
and she gained a
Oh.
strip. Right? Yeah.
Well, oh yeah. So lost attack rate, gained the strip. She always gave defense buff. S1, S2 never changed. So and you're
I
saying
mean,
that's a nerf.
I think it'd be really fair if you kept a attack break and gave it strip.
Okay.
Or is that unfair?
Yeah.
I don't think
right?
that would be that.
I don't see anything wrong with that, but I also feel like I disagree with when you say that she was nerfed because they've increased her viability to actually be used, and she is more regularly used. It's not a lot, but it's just the perspective on it
Used as what?
as a stripper, and as I mean, it's a strip into defense buff.
But
right?
could you name me an AoE stripper that's worse than Laura?
Praha.
Okay, so you're talking only about the strip then, right? You're strictly talking about the strip skill in their kit, nothing else.
I mean, even
Because-
Tiana's better. We can all
Because
agree on
Laura
that. Even
actually has AoE stun, AoE slow, and the chance to have infinite turns, and she's neutral element.
the chance to have infinite turns is interesting. You know,
That's the scary
the
part
dream-
of Occult Girls. Yes.
the dream.
I think
But
the
then
really
now
scary
she's
part is that
forced.
she is neutral.
She's
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 neutral
almost
element. Remember
forced to
that.
be on Swift, right? Almost.
I think she can be on Vile.
No, I don't think
she can
so.
Be on
I
Vile.
totally disagree with
I
that.
think Vile is probably still the best. I think Vile for all of them now are actually really good,
I
especially if
think
you're talking
Vile,
about
I
RTA.
think Despair is more viable now too.
Really?
Despair plus a
Despair?
slow debuff. Yeah, strip on Despair, slow debuffs. They exist.
I don't like Despair, but Charlotte on Swift is sugoi.
Yes, very good. Actually, very good.
Dude,
She's at 105 base speed, guys. That's crazy.
You know what's insane though is that all these Occult Girls like got buffs or like changes that make people excited and using them. I am so scared of going against Occult Girls and that S1, man. Every time you see S1, you just clench your butt cheeks, man. Because dude, that's gonna be the new RNG of the next season if these units start getting more gameplay.
S1 with Violent Runes is clinch your butt cheeks, but S1 by itself, it's okay. It's not like as clinch your butt cheeks as without.
It
Violent
still
Runes.
gives them a chance though. It still gives them that one chance to kind of mess something up, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
So you guys all feel that Laura is really good right now. I just
Better.
want you to know.
I think she got a little bit better and more
Okay, thank
viable in
you.
the
I
meta,
don't
but
think
not
she
OP.
really-
Not OP.
I don't think she got
Okay,
worse
great.
though.
Thank you. That's all. That's pretty much. You know, there's like Wunsa, there's like Tiana, Triton, you know, Izilia, and other AoE strippers. I just feel like Laura is very, very extremely underwhelming.
Like in the tiers of like F to like S.
what was that
triple-
third unit you said?
Izilia? Unsa?
Izelia,
Triton?
the
Is-
water Scubus, but I don't know.
No, not the
No,
water
Izilia.
stick. Sorry, it's the
Is-
fire fairy.
Oh, it's yeah.
Oh, okay.
Isael.
Oh,
Isael,
Isael.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's the name.
Isael.
I didn't even know the name. Isael.
Yeah,
Okay.
the free to play AoE stripper is
Right.
better than the light and dark.
No. It's Acelia, I think, isn't it? Acelia is the dark one.
It's
Isael's
the
dark succubus.
Fairy, okay? Yeah, the fire fairy.
Second Awakened Fire Fairy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I think in the tier of like F to like triple S, like triple S, SS, S, I think she's like an A. I hope that's fair. I don't know. I think she's like an A unit. I don't know. I can't put her in S.
I mean, she's in the usable range.
Yeah, she's not an S or SS or SSS, which is prime RTA unit. She's A. Like
Fire
so-
fairy is better than Laura.
Yeah.
How do you give it an A?
Wait, Fire Fairy is better than Laura.
Let me say.
Oh yeah, Fire Fairy is better than Laura. I put
one thing
Fire
about
Fairy.
life-
Really? Do you really think Fire Fairy's better than Laura?
One thing about life is all that glitters is not gold. Just because the light and dark Nat 5 doesn't mean it's good. Just because it got
Because-
buffed doesn't mean it's good. Okay.
Acelia doesn't awaken into accuracy. Acelia also has worse base stats by a lot.
It does AoE strip and slow, and the slow is, I think, more consistent than.
The only thing though is
Laura.
that Iselia, if you don't do anything S3, I think she's like pretty useless for everything else. I know she has that stun, whatever, but I think she's kind of useless.
I'm going to speak from a non-objective perspective for once.
Please.
This specifically, I've used Acelia, and she's very inconsistent. I used her for like, I think 150 wings straight, and it was just terrible every single time. And I moved my
I
Ganny
use
to move one
Azalea.
speed. I moved my Ganny to move one speed behind her, and it was just fucking terrible.
Did you try to
And
get
everybody
did you,
in China
No, because she
that was
missed
Team
2
Donald
every single time,
Azalea.
even on 100 accuracy.
Did you
And
try
I
to
skilled her too.
Did you try to get good runes? I'm just kidding.
Doesn't work, man. Not everyone can be Thompson, you know.
I'm just kidding.
Hey
dude.
yo, Team Donald, man. Team Donald. Everyone from Team Donald use Azalea, right? The guy from Asia with the Dragon Ball hair. So
I know I have a couple people from my streams. They're around like the G1 range. I have like Jinxmon and some of the people that swear on Fire Fairy that they like it and they use it a lot.
the
So-
fact that you have to argue with me about who's better, Azalea or Laura, it's a total flaw. You should never have to argue with that. You should just be like, oh, hands down, Laura's better. You know?
Honestly,
You
it
should never
should
have to
just be
argue
that they're
that-
both
Like
not
the
that
fact
great.
that we have to argue about that, you know, Laura's no good.
That's
There's,
true.
Like 10 strippers better than Laura.
Yeah.
Even like
The thing is, okay, so if you're talking strictly first turn, I think Azalea is a better stripper, yes. But past the first turn, Azalea is notably worse. Laura's second through like 5th turn is like 15 times better. She has AoE stun, AoE slow on all targets, neutral element, and accuracy awakening.
Do you have this
And
unit?
then,
Thompson?
and then you also have a defense buff.
but
so
that
you
still
have a ton
means
of
you got to put Laura on Swift.
All right, but do you have one? You have one, Thompson? Laura?
I'm just saying Laura got nerfed.
Okay, because if you have a Laura, I'd like to see you test it out. Because you said you're gonna start streaming more, right? I'd like to watch that, and then just prove it wrong. Just use it and prove it wrong. I mean, might as well, because I want to see it in action. There's only one way to test that. Put it in action. Yeah. Oh, so you do have one. All right, we got that out of him. Great. But
Charlotte
okay.
is really good though. Aside from my venting, how Laura is not so good
Mhm.
and very underwhelming after the buff. Charlotte is really good. I think Charlotte was a clear winner out of all the occult girls, right?
Yeah, the other ones kind of just got like mini buffs, like
Actually,
you know,
the Annabelle
Annabelle.
change is pretty good.
Which one?
Who else?
The Annabelle change is pretty good too.
Attack speed slow, correct. If you're gonna bring
for
it
the
into
people the people that use her, like those turn 2 cleave people, like their Annabelle just shits on people now because they lap them after the second turn. The slow debuff is nuts.
You just said the fire fairy is no good.
No, but those people take turn 2, right? Those people are running the
What?
the Lydia cleaves, the
Okay.
Lydia Beth Annabelle cleaves.
Those cleaves are no good as well.
Those cleaves that are no good against you because you have Gianna. I have no Tiana or Triton.
Okay, no. Well,
But,
would
like,
you rather
how-
have a
what do
Laura
I-
two
what do I
strip or
fight that
Tiana and
cleave
Triton?
with?
Right?
What do I fight that cleave with?
Yeah.
I fight versus this cleave with Daphnis, and the another two nuke is very strong. Covenant
Daphnis
and-
Lucian,
and-
doesn't matter. Daphnis misses. Covenant only kills one target, and then you're just depressed anyway.
If you can live with RNG the game, you can't play, bro. Because all wings you do your RTA have RNG for you.
There are certain compositions though where it really requires very specific types of units to beat effectively. Like beating people who JP cleave is generally a unit-based thing. Obviously, runes are relatively important, right? But there is a very important unit aspect to that, as well as like you remember when Molong was super meta and everyone just first picked Molong. Vanessa Triana became like the easiest way to deal with it, right? It was if you had a Vanessa Triana, it was a lot easier for you to fight those comps. Right. It's the same thing with JP Cleave. It's the same thing with people who have the Lydia turn 2s.
Okay, interesting. Going back to the topic here about the buffs of the balance patch, it looks like there's some interesting discussions. See, these sparks in conflict is good because that means that there are units that potentially have the chance to be seen more in meta, which is nice, right? We just have to get more testings done, but it looks like we can agree for our call girls, Charlotte's pretty damn nice.
The
Charlotte
only
is
unit
pretty
you don't
damn
need
nice.
to test that you know is good is Jaeger.
Jaeger is so good, dude. Okay, we didn't talk about that.
You
We
don't
were just
even
talking
need-
about
you don't
Justice.
even need to say that. You don't even need to test Jaeger.
No,
You
but
know it's
DJ
good.
says Justice is not that good, right? But what about Jaeger? That's my question to you, DJ. What about Jaeger? What's your thoughts on Jaeger, though, from this buff?
He still gets Ganny Hathord.
Does he?
Yeah, you put attack break and glancing on him, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're getting attack rate and glancing consistently on your Jaeger, I think you're ruining your Jaeger wrong. Your Jaeger should have high resistance with the ability to
Both-
not have
Both of
attack.
those things
You know,
max
Ganny-
accuracy though.
It's I could see where
Mm.
DJ KG.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like that's when you're picking him, right? Against the super CC, and that's the super CC.
I don't know. People
I
pick him
also
against
feel like
everything
when you
now.
bring a Jaeger team out, you're bringing it with a form of like, Fran, Rakuni type of healer to help the Jaeger out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Also bring some sort of aggression with it.
Then
too.
it becomes really toxic, man.
Yeah. It would things you pair with it make him really good.
Yeah,
Him by himself,
Yeah.
I don't think is broken.
But what I think is that he can be picked into like almost anywhere as a damage dealer and do pretty damn well. Not even just Ganny Hathor. Because his ability to put so much stats on him, dude. Like, no,
It's just so.
you
it's
start
so
the
meta
battle.
that, like,
You start the
debuffs
battle,
him.
you get 5 stacks, dude. You sneeze and he gets 5 stacks. It's so stupid, dude. He
Pretty
gets
good,
4
dude.
sets of 2 attack percents, dude. What do you mean?
Pretty
attack.
good unit.
You attack once and suddenly he's a god. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
There's a few like AoE strippers that are like you pick it, you must ban Jaeger. It's just like whoa, it just goes off right away.
Yeah, and it's like if
I'll give
somebody
you
don't
a
chill.
Jaeger counters Laura really well.
Okay, Jaeger counter. We did a full testing video on it, by the way.
I
on
said,
what it
I
goes
said that
through.
earlier with the whole justice thing, and then everyone was like, "Nah, justice sucks."
No, well, you were talking about Chao and Leica, and I tried to
It's the
advocate
same
for you
thing.
a little bit. Huh?
It's the same skill.
I tried to
Talking
help.
about the
I tried to
skill
give
is
you
what
like a
it is.
stage to go down on. I'm like, yeah. Well, Tyler is talking about other content other than RTA. You're like, nope, I'm talking about RTA.
I most definitely was talking about RTA.
No, I mean like it's good in RTA, but it's like the monkeys in RTA. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but justice hits a lot harder.
Honestly,
though.
even the Leica into like, I guess nowadays would be people who are picking, like you can use it to fight into like Amelia teams. You can use it to fight into or you can use the Leica to fight into the defense-based teams as well as into the Tyrannus teams. It's easier. It's not like it's OP or anything, but it's definitely helpful.
Jaeger's OP.
Jaeger's
is
OP.
so OP,
Jaeger's
dude.
actually OP.
You just first pick Jaeger. It doesn't even matter. Just flex. You can't go CC on me.
You're just
Like-
like, hey, look at my OP unit. Have fun for
And
the
like
next
all of them
half a year.
have like a defensive mechanism, right? Because they're all built either kind of tanky or like Leica is built on that it has that passive for that mechanism to kind of keep it safe. So if you don't deal with these units early on, these units are pretty dangerous when you get to the mid and the late of RTA. So it really gives a threat on the field. Maybe Chow and Leica a little bit less, but I still think they're pretty good, man. Yeah, I feel like,
I think-
S2 with attack buff that can go through, Shiho and kill him instantly, and almost any Shiho is kind of insane. Just saying. So,
I think Comtuous has been really careful with the like buff patches. They don't want to overtune anything too crazy.
Mm.
So
Jaeger?
they like
Jaeger?
slowly
They did.
buff stuff.
Jaeger?
They did.
Stuff like Fire Monkey,
Mm.
or like stuff like there's a few buffs. They're just really careful with like tweaking the unit. And
exactly. I noticed they didn't want to go all out, so they only gave 18% damage increase for Taylor. So, it's
Taylor is not the only loser in this one. There's a few other losers as well.
I mean, at least
like-
they gave him something, but come on, man.
The fire dragon took a big L.
Fire Dragon or Fire Dragon?
Oh, Dark Dragon. Sorry, yeah, Dark Dragon.
Oh, Dark
the
Dragon,
Dark Dragon
yeah.
took a big L.
Did you?
think so?
No, the
It's
Grogan.
crit rate now.
It's crit rate. Oh, that was good. Yes.
Yeah, I
It's a
like
huge
that.
The stun
awakening
chance went
change.
up. That was good.
No,
yeah.
the big L that I told everybody that Grogan got was they kept buffing him in a way that doesn't make him like super, super good, but just enough to be out of the bottom. So he'll never get a full rework or change in the future.
Yeah, he's like
You know what I mean? That's like my
That
thought
looks
process
like
on him. You know?
he's not F. He's a D minus.
Yeah, so they're never going to touch him again. They're going to do Shazam. They're going to do like Gildner. They're going to hit those guys now. They're not going to. The Grogan's like here now. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he has a purpose, Like, he's damage. He's
Man,
got
if you
crit rate
pull a
awakening.
light and dark dragon, you should never feel like that.
Hey, but Light Dragon got extra damage now, 10%. You know what I'm saying? So,
And that was another big L too, because we're never gonna use like that type of HP monster.
Yeah. What other things are noted? There was definitely a lot of things in this balance patch. Yeah, DJ, your thoughts on the balance patch? You said you thought it was a little bit underwhelming, right? Which is a fair thought. What other things made it underwhelming, in your opinion?
Just nothing really changes in the meta.
That's fair.
It's the same stuff.
I think we were all expecting a nerf in Hathor,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
Well,
90% of the teams are using Hathor, because how do you not nerf Hathor? It's
how
kind
do you nerf her and she's useful somewhere?
Yeah. So do you feel that they're trying to not nerf her and just trying to buff other things or make other things kind of like her Dark Self to be more viable? And do you think that is gonna fix it? I don't know.
Dark Sylph is nothing like Hathor though.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised we didn't see like any nerfs.
Yeah.
You know, like even like one.
Oh, we did see a nerf. Are you kidding me?
Don't say Laura. I swear, if you say Laura, I'm a kick you right now. Don't say Laura. I know. I get your.
honestly, at this point, that's just a change. Like,
Ah.
you know what I mean when I say nerf, though, Thompson.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Laura.
Yeah, like a hardcore nerf.
It was
Thompson, we're talking about like Fran, for example.
No, I get it. Like Laura was too strong earlier, so they have to nerf her. You know, they have to turn the attack break into like a mediocre strip. You know, with no other effects.
I will say
After
one
she
cool
strips,
thing-
I'll tell you what though. After Laura strips, she does nothing for one turn. The second turn, she has a chance to AOE stun and slow, but it's not that consistent. But it's there
Okay.
after she strips.
Would it be too strong?
To bring it back one more
Go ahead.
time to Justice, though, I think Justice actually does change things in the meta just a little bit in terms of balancing, because you can use it against Leona,
Yeah.
you can use it against Josephine Shield, you can use it against Diana Shield. You basically just use it against all these different shields, which includes Daphnis as well, which is another kind of problem unit out there that's a bit too strong.
If he has the shield, like a shield you have to deal with, he already killed something though.
Yeah,
You're already
friends are
behind.
dead.
I mean, you're behind by letting Daphnis exist in the board, so
Yeah, I think they're trying to do.
that's
it
kind
in
of
a-
just if Daphnis is there, you're already behind. There's nothing you can do about it.
If anyone was wondering why I picked Vanessa so much and not Sierra, it was because of Daphnis. Yeah, he really shifts the meta around. And like against Judas, that I'd never pick Sierra against Judas. Most of the time, I just pick Vanessa.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So again, going back to it, do you think they're like just trying to buff other units to inadvertently nerf other units? And do you think this is an okay approach if they, maybe took a little bit more time to make, more viable changes? You think this would be the right step then, instead of like doing any hardcore nerfs?
Then they're gonna have to really buff, because like this is not enough to make Hathor. Like Hathor just does too much. And, Swift Hathor, Violent Hathor, any type of Hathor just does too much. I'm surprised they didn't nerf her. Really, the meta will be more fun if Hathor got nerfed. It'll be more fun to play Summoner's War. I don't know if you guys play Magic cards, but it's kind of like this new Planeswalker called Oko.
Mhm.
And all right, never mind. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Hathor's too strong.
But so we also talked about meta. A lot of people say that the meta is stale. I agree. But I think looking back in the past, the meta has kind of shifted here and there throughout the year to year. But the meta change is not. We want it to be a little bit quicker, I guess, right? So it would be nice, coming up, hopefully next balance patch, if Comptos is listening, I don't know if it's one end of the year or early next year, but something to really, shake up things, right? Really give the opportunity for more units to shine and come in, I think would be a lot more exciting. And I think it's a good time to do it as well, right? And maybe that's why they only do meta shifts once a year. They wait till the beginning, they shift it, they adjust it, and then they have SWC. I don't know, and that's that year's meta, right? Because this year's SWC is different from last year's SWC, which is different from the previous year's SWC. You can't say the metas were the same in all 3 years. No way. They've been different.
However, you can
Okay.
say that Ganythor has been persistent over all 3 years.
I think before anything happens,
Really?
Comptos,
Not year
before-
one.
Gani
Gani
Hathor
Gani,
was the
Gani,
same
no. There was no
since season
Hathor.
one.
There was Gani in season one. No.
it wasn't
The
Gani Hathor.
The second Molong got good, people were like, use Hathor. That's how you fix it.
No, but I would say the most predominant thing, Grizz, if you look back at the drafts, it's not all Gani Hathors. The most predominant thing season one was Gani. The most predominant thing in season two was Molong Jean, maybe. Right? Most predominant thing in season three is actually like Lauren Vern.
Are we talking
I would say, man.
seasons or are we talking in RTA years now? Like in SWC years? Because those are
SWC
very
years. SWC years.
Okay,
Because
because season
that's-
one, I was gonna say, is back when violent procs were infinite, or like
Oh
uncapped.
shoot, that's its own meta itself. Okay,
you
you're
remember
right.
the Tableau days when Tableau used to just skill 3 and then violent proc back into skill 3?
Yeah. That
Do
was
you guys
different meta,
see-
true.
Do you guys see like come to us? They kind of know the mistakes they've made. Like with the new Dark Sylph buff, Archibald, that's the name, right? Archibald buff. They know come to us knows that pushing attack bar back like an AoE is broken, you know? So with any of the recent buffs, you don't see any monster push AoE attack bar back for that reason. Like that concept is just so broken paired with Ganymede. Because you could push attack bar back, Ganymede could reventilate, push attack bar back again, it just becomes really stale. So I think if they nerf Hathor, the meta will be better because like there'll be less attack bar pushback units, you know? I know Charlotte still does it, but Hathor's MVP right now.
Maybe they're just gonna create another free-to-play unit like Jean when Jean was up that counteracts attack bar mitigating. I don't know, man. Because that would shake it up. I mean, just because Jean, we saw a lot of
If
different
they
changes.
do want to shake up like Hathor, like buff another unit, then they'll have to do that, like counter some attack bar pushback type of mechanic.
I think that. I mean,
I
we've
think-
always-
AOE attack bar pushback, by the way.
Oh, go ahead, Daniel.
Sorry, go ahead, Daniel. My bad.
I think if come to us go wanna nerf Hato is only change the second skill. Doesn't
No
need
strip.
change this. No strip. Change the skill. Because when you pull Fran versus Hato, it's 2 vial sets, you lose the speed. He can punish him with your only your minute and he gets burning another. And if you change the second skill, I think the Hato is okay in the game.
I
Very
mean, but
correct.
still, when you're using Hathor, right, you're drafting to set up for that gap for S3, and I think people are still gonna find ways to draft and get that gap from S3. So I think the strongest thing of Hathor is that S3, right? That attack
If
bar
you take out
reduction
the
in the
strip
sleep.
from Hathor, it'll be big nerf. You can't put Hathor.
It is a
on
nerf.
strip
It is a
anymore.
nerf. Yeah, it is a nerf for sure. But I think-
It'll nerf the light one too, which is kind of unfair, but still, you know.
Can I talk about something that's kind of like maybe a bit controversial in terms of the RTA discussion of balance?
I
But we always
love controversy. Go.
I know you do, Brian. That's why I don't mind bringing it up.
Bring it up.
We always talk about Hathor nerf, right? I mean, we're all in agreement that Hathor is way too strong and also oppresses the meta in a negative way. Have we ever considered that maybe the issue is strictly just ventilate
Yes.
in general? Like ventilate can be paired with anything and is strong with everything, right? Think
Oh,
about
no,
an
dude.
RTA scene with no ventilate. We keep everything else, but think about an RTA scene with no ventilate. Jameyer, I mean, okay, for the sake of the conversation and brevity, let's just take out Jameyer skill 3 as well. How does RTA look to you now? Does it look
Oberon
different? Does it
users
look
are
more
telling you to
balanced?
Shut the fuck up, right?
Bro, dude, Gaddy's just sitting here
Hey,
like,
this is-
motherfuckers, you already chopped off my leg, my arms, my dick, and then what do you want to chop off now, bro? I'm already dead, bro.
This is tricky on a discussion purpose because we always talk about Hathor nerfs and that we
no,
need to
dude.
change the way Hathor works, and Hathor is oppressive to the game. But there are other combinations that are equally oppressive, right? We have stripper setups into something like Gani Okeanos, right? You have double resets, AoE stun, ventilate, AoE stun, double reset again, right? We have all these things that can be paired with other combinations that are just as strong as Gani Hathor or just as strong as a Hathor, right? But we always talk
ventilate
about
isn't the
we
problem.
have
It's
to
the
ban
cooldown for ventilate. That's
Okay, I got it.
Yes.
I got it. Okay. I think Gani is fine. I really don't want to get Gani more. How about this? Certain skills cannot be reset. So Hathor just gets that little special thing that says
I don't
this
like
skill
that
cannot.
inconsistency though.
I don't like
What?
that.
That inconsistency is so
That's too inconsistent, huh? Yeah, wait, that's because that's not usually what.
I always advocate to not make the game more inconsistent in terms of like changes. I mean, they started it by having that change with
That is just lazy.
the Light Panda where they were like, let's give the Light Panda New Awakening and upgrade his skill, right? That was
think-
like the first step.
I think illusions of time and ventilate are really fun skills to play with. If anything, you could increase the cooldown time for ventilate. That'll be it.
I think
No, I have a
think so as well.
suggestion for ventilate. I think when you use it on something, it should go on the cooldown, the longest cooldown it reset. So if you reset something on 5 turns, your ventilate goes on cooldown for 5 turns.
Oh.
And you can't have the Gani Hathor lock anymore.
Wait.
There's extra turns built in.
Okay,
now.
so we're nerfing Gani then, right?
ventilate has
We are
no
not
cooldown. It
So-
starts with no cooldown.
We will
And then when you
ventilate.
use it, it gets that cooldown.
And it's still fair in the sense that it can't be reset either. So you still have it for protection purposes.
You
You know
can
what?
also use it on like really short cooldown things and have it up all the time.
Just gut the Gani and just say ventilate can only be used on one unit one time. That's it. And then you just gut him, and then that's fine then. I don't know, man. I don't know. That might be not bad either. But DJ's suggestion is
what'd
actually
be
pretty
pretty
good
good?
too.
You just
Yeah.
put Laura skill 3 is ventilate. That'd be better.
Serious podcast.
That
by the
makes
way.
the Hathor worse, dude. What are you talking about? Now you have an AoE strip with Hathor that ventilates
No.
after stripping. What do you mean, dude?
No AoE strip. I said you take out the AoE strip and put in ventilate, Brian.
AoE ventilate. Just
AoE
let Jemima-
ventilate.
No, not illusions of time. Just single target ventilate. Just completely take out Laura's third move. It's useless.
Dude, you're changing the entire dimensions of what occult girls are.
Well, most people will say like, "Hey, AoE strip, you do get defense buff, But really, any other defense buff monster is better, like Amelia, you know, or whoever, Amnesty. Yeah, just that unit it's pretty bad.
But you know, this discussion about Gani, you're not wrong. Yeah, it's one of the issues with Hathor as well is because the enabler. It's true. But damn, it feels so bad to gut Gani again, man. He's the most gutted character in the entire game.
You don't need a gut Gani. Hathor just needs a nerf. If you take out her attack bar pushback or her second skill, it's a nerf. That's it.
No, but how are you gonna take attack bar pushback when the Sylph is already doing more than her now? You can't do that. It's too much. It's doing more. It's a speed lead. It does block beneficial, and it. What if we just make the block beneficial? What if we just make what if we just make Hathor like a Nephthys or something like that, where not in the sense where it's irresistible, but we take the push bar back, but we give it more harmful effects then.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be sleep, maybe block beneficial, maybe you know, attack down or something like that, right? And there's no more attack bar pushback.
Absolutely.
Then maybe.
Yeah.
Then maybe.
Because attack bar pushback is kind of unfair, you know.
And it kind of follows the trend of what
AOE
Desert Queens
attack bar
are, right?
pushback is really unfair.
Defense break? I don't know about that. Yeah, maybe more harmful effects though.
Yeah.
That actually might not be bad. Okay.
I mean, okay, so it's not, we don't have to make just one change to these units. Like, we can do different things, right? You could make this cooldown change to ventilate that DJ was talking about. You can add a turn of cooldown to Hathor skill 3. You can make all these changes at once. It's not just like you only get one thing, guys. If you get one thing, what do you want it to be? That's not how it works.
Give Hathor a baby nerf. Just like take out a leader skill. Just like make her leader skill none.
Wait, what is the cooldown of ventilate again? Can you tell me?
3 turns?
Three turns. So are you telling me right now I'm gonna go ahead and Jaeger and Gani, and it takes the cooldown of that? So I'm gonna ventilate justice, ventilate justice, ventilate justice, ventilate justice. It's one turn, right? It's not one turn.
Be a minimum amount. It would go
okay,
to
that'd be
like,
a minimum amount. Okay.
be like a minimum of 3 at the minimum.
Because that'd be a lot, dude. If that was the case, right? It takes the cooldown of the unit. That'd be kind of ridiculous.
That will make Laura really good. You're right.
Bro, why are you advocating for Laura, bro? Are you setting up for SWC 2020 here?
Because they nerfed her. She's so bad. She was bad before. Now she's still really bad. You know, she's worse now. I'd rather have attack break.
You have attack break. You don't even use her. Relax, sir. Yeah.
You know what we need to settle this dispute? We need Ricky on the podcast. That's what
I've asked him. He's
Ricky
busy. He's busy.
He has a Laura and has used her.
He's been using it.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, he's been using
and
her.
He's G3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's been using her. But
So
I asked him. He's been
probably
busy.
agree
He's
with
busy
me
till
that
end of the year.
Laura got nerfed. He could probably agree with me.
You pick it in every game at top 100 right now, and how are you doing? Are you plus points? Or are you minus points, Regeki?
See,
Save your trouble. Put those ruins on another AoE stripper. They'll get the same job done.
I guess also for the sake of the discussion, what rune set are you using on it, Ricky?
Yeah, that's also pretty good. Any other
He's
units?
like,
I feel like we skipped some units. Were there any more, or did we hit them all?
Oh, I think Water Dryad is kind of interesting now.
Oh yeah, that was a discussion as well. Water Dryad is actually kind of good now.
How is Laura Water Dryad good? Isn't it like really, really bad?
She throws all of your harmful effects back at her target.
But that move is very inconsistent.
Well, it's a cleanse on you no matter what.
Yeah, you cleanse yourself.
So it's a cleanse and
That's the
throw.
important part, right?
Yeah, you can build high accuracy. Let's just say that. What did they change about it? Is it one less cooldown now for it, or what is
No,
that?
she has 1 extra turn of Oblivion.
Oh yeah. So third
If you
skill has
slap
one
that on
extra
like
turn of
Antares,
Oblivion.
he never moves again.
But if it misses on Taurus,
You still get attack bar reduction, which you said is OP, right?
Oh yeah, there's attack bar reduction on that too.
Attack bar reduction is OP. Let me. I said that. Made it really clear. AOE attack bar reduction is OP. Single target, not so OP.
Yeah,
I-
like Lauren,
yeah.
like goddamn,
Lauren
Lauren
is not
sucks.
OP.
dude.
Lord is
I
not
mean,
so.
it's so good.
There's
man.
exceptions.
Think about AOE attack bar pushback, man.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Yeah, I think she's gonna have more usage.
Stripping attack bar pushback is different than just like attack bar pushback, right?
Yeah.
Right. Any of these other units, for the second part of the question, are actually more OP now or actually underwhelming after testing? Any more?
Mei Huang, I think it don't change nothing.
Bro, what the resistance, bro? That's a joke, bro. Daniel's got jokes,
Resistance, by the
guys. Daniel's got goddamn jokes, dude. Resistance.
He's OP?
I think they're slowly buffing the Mei Wang. Like next patch, maybe they'll do like his defense goes up and his resistance goes up. And then the next patch is going to get accuracy, defense. No, I'm not kidding. And then the next patch, maybe like, attack, accuracy, crit damage, resistance, everything goes up by a little bit.
So basically, an unruined Mei Wang is stronger than majority of units in the game.
But then what's gonna happen is they're gonna make it so that it's a buff. Like they give him the physical buff, and then Jaeger's just gonna one shot him anyways. So just justice through all the buffs every time.
Honestly, the resistance change that they did for Mei Wang and giving him per hit for 5%, I think it's just that's literally a joke. If they're gonna do that at all, it's already a joke to give that. But if they give it, they need to let it stack a lot faster. If anything,
they need to just make it 10/5. Or honestly, even if they made it like 10/10, that'd be better. 100% resist.
He's gonna get like the next buff. He's gonna get accuracy, and then he's gonna get defense, and they're gonna slowly buff him.
I don't see why they didn't ramp him up faster instead of just adding 5% resist. Like adding 50 resist to his passive does nothing. If you
he's
double
still a great counter to Okeanos.
It's true.
I wish She-Ho wasn't as OP as he is, because then they could buff his S1, right? They could buff all the monkey S1s. But if they buff all the monkey S1s, She-Ho's gonna be too good, right? Because buffing the S1s might help out a lot of the monkeys. Like Xingzei will be even better.
Xingzei will be
even better, right? But She-Ho is just too good right now, man. I can't see them doing S1 buff.
I find it rare for them to change skill 1s for most units. Skill 1s are usually pretty much the same.
You know who has a
many
really
things
bad
to
skill
change.
1? The
Dragons.
water Dryad has a really bad skill 1.
What is the skill 1?
It's like it does nothing.
Steals
Almost. It's
attack bar.
absorbs attack bar.
Yeah.
But it feels like it does nothing. There's no impact. It's like poof. It's just like
skill
goes
one,
there and then-
the Christina is not good too. Lauren is better. Push more attack bar.
Which one?
Christina.
Oh, Christina, the wind cannon girl.
Yes.
You tested
Lauren
that?
push more. Yeah, I tested a lot. I say it's Thompson one time.
If anyone was wondering why my Lauren, I mean, I have all the will runes in world, right, to give. Why my Lauren was not on will is because going into SWC, my biggest opponent was Diligent. And then against the Leona, you needed a revenge Lauren. But I never got to face Diligent, but yeah, that's why my Lauren was not on will.
I actually do have a question for you. About like the Paris stuff. Did you have a chance to rerun in between matches and stuff? Did you have time?
No,
for that
I
if
did
you wanted to?
It's wait. It's like you can make mistakes reruining. You'd rather just play your style and just go with it.
I was just wondering, like, was there time for that, or like, did you have like, was it like really back to back every?
It was pretty back to back. Yeah.
Because I understand there's the whole back end stuff where you guys have to go places and to be with certain people and stuff. But I was just wondering if there was any like times where you could like take a break and do that if you wanted to.
Yeah, not really. But same with Diligent. Diligent didn't prepare for boss. Diligent didn't prepare for Judas. Diligent only like prepared for me, and then I didn't. I prepared for Judas and I prepared for Diligent, but so it is what it is. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't use Leona. I think everyone was surprised, but yeah. I think it was because Lauren being such a meta unit and also Daphnis being such a meta unit, maybe he thought about not using Leona. So yeah.
All right, due to time, I'm gonna actually move on to the next topic, which we can still talk about this. It's just our final topic of open discussion. Yeah, just gonna open it up so we can kind of just chit chat about whatever we want, about the tournament, about any other units as well, right? Units that we want to see buffed and changed as well. Yeah, feel free to bring on whatever topics you like. So I got about 10 minutes or so here, 10-15 minutes.
I have one question for all the guys here.
Sure.
The moment we live in the games, we have a new pack, the battle pass. You can put one battle pass in your RTA wings and give more gifts, more summons, more stones. Imagine this in Summoners War RTA, because the game force you play RTA, making fun. But the people like play for summon, like play for Guild War only. But if you have this battle pass for play or wings and give the new reward for this, what do you think is possible in Summoners War?
Oh, so you think a battle pass, kind of like literally like all the games? I think
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting to if Comptuous wants to do like a campaign to or something to release in the game to raise activity rates in the game, right? Have us do more and play more. The first step was already giving us the activity points in the guild. I don't know if you've seen that, right? With the guild activity, but an actual battle pass would be interesting, right? I don't think it would be out of meta, I guess, if that's lack for a better word, right? Because all the other games are kind of like doing battle passes and whatnot. So it would be cool, right? To get some rewards and whatnot from those. It might not even have to even be sold, right? They could just give a free one as an event, like an event battle pass, and then after that, something you purchase, right? It could be something. I think that would be a pretty good idea. Oh,
The event idea is pretty good. I don't like the purchase idea. I don't
Yeah.
think
I think
anybody.
it should just be like an event,
yeah.
like an RTA event. You do
Or
RTA,
if
you
they
get
made it,
stuff.
if they made it purchasable with crystals, maybe, and it wasn't
Mm.
expensive, because you can save a lot of crystals really fast nowadays.
Oh,
there's
true.
just a
Like you
lot
can
of
unlock a premium
crystal-
section, right? Like a free and then a premium thing.
Yeah, so you have a free section, and then it's like if you want to buy, you know, like 1,500 crystals or something, and this pass will last for like 2 months or something like that. Right? It's very easy for players to actually get that, and if the rewards are worth it or the rewards are good enough, then it warrants the purchase of 1,500 crystals, right?
Okay. I guess that's fair enough. I mean, I think that would be a good idea. I think that's something that's a good suggestion to come to us to kind of raise activity and have people log in on the daily to play, right? To get a pass going for them, right? And to continue to grow that pass playing the game. It would even kind of force us to do some other activities in the game as well that we're not really used to doing, right? Like guild content, like every aspect of the guild content. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I like that
That'd be
idea.
cool.
Yeah. Any topics from you, Tyler? I know you have some things once in a while. DJ, you have anything you want to bring in or add as well about balance patch and or anything like that?
So do we think Beast Hunter is getting the 2A next?
I'm 50-50 on it. I have no idea.
Since he like got all these buffs.
Yeah, I'm not entirely
if-
sure
If
because
Beast Hunter does get it, what is the corresponding Nat 2 that will get it as well? Because the worlds are themed, right?
Yeah.
So like, what is the theme of that world? Like, that's kind of how I look at the future 2As is like, what 2 units can I pick that fit a theme that could be a viable 2A?
And the Hunter, the other Hunter too.
Which one?
like a
He's
bounty
a
hunter,
star.
bounty
It's
hunter,
a
right?
2-star and a 3-star, right?
Yeah.
Always?
Yeah,
Well,
bounty hunter.
kinda. Like not all the fairies are 2-star or 3-star. Not all the pixies are
True,
2-star.
but the
3-star.
majority of them are 2-star. I think 3 versus 2.
Yeah, something like that.
I would like to see Hellhounds, done Hellhounds and Bearmen. Like I think they should bring back the units that were really, really, close to our hearts when we started playing the game, right? Regular imps. They could do imps and imp champions, that's fine, right? Regular imps were really meta a long time ago, right? Seek, right? Like the Hellhounds, Bearmen, like Almond, right? I think they should bring those back first because I think those have good feel. You know what I mean? Like really, really good feel if they brought those
I
back.
agree.
Yeah.
I remember
Vikings
the
hunters,
most
right?
wanted unit
Vikings.
was
I
like,
would like
Grim
Vikings.
Reaper. I really wanted to pull like a Dark Grim Reaper for some reason.
Oh yeah,
TOA
Grim
hard
Reapers.
back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
Right.
for TOE hard.
Right, but yeah, Vikings as well. Fire Viking was a big thing for DB10. Yes.
Vikings and Beast Hunters could be a viable combination together for 2A.
They
That
got to
could be
do
a
it
theme.
for the elementals, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd actually be really cool.
They got to do it for the high elementals, man.
Yeah, that would be.
It'll be
Yeah, high
perfect because high
elementals.
elementals got no transmog.
The problem is high elementals have skill 2 tectonic, so don't expect too much from that.
Oh,
How are you gonna give
Expect a
ignore
lot.
defense and buff that, right? Just having the second awaken for better base stats is already kind of
that's
nice with tectonic.
That's enough. They don't have
So-
to do anything else.
they could buff the high elemental and change tectonic into AoE strip, just like Laurel.
You're so salty, dude. Why are we nerfing units? You're so salty, dude.
That would have been a buff, right?
God damn it. But yeah, I would like to see some of the units buff, but like some of the ones that are OP, like we said, Tectonic Shift, those high elementals, probably not, right? Just like Ramagos. We thought Ramagos was gonna get something crazy, right? Because he was kind of cool, right? Something crazy,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he didn't get crap, dude. He did not get crap at all.
All right. There's a couple there's a couple players running around using this Woundsaw Asima team, and it's crazy hard to fight.
What is the draft?
It's Woundsaw Asima, and then either they go double Speedleys of the Stripper, or they go
Gemini.
like the Bastet Gemini. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're Gemini's first. It's really scary.
Yeah, you just have to outspeed
It's
those, but that's
really
hard.
scary.
Just build one very high with triple revenge, you're gonna win, bro.
Yeah, triple revenge.
Oh, so they go like
him.
they go like Wunsa Tiana or some crap like that, right?
No, it's usually like Wunsa Tiana or Wunsa Triton. Usually Wunsa Triton, just so they guarantee outspeed you.
So
right?
triple revenge Verd, like Daniel said. Yeah, triple revenge Verd, like Daniel said. And I'm thinking you need some side picks like triple Nem or double Nem Will like Annabelle, or something that can cleanse and cut. Maybe that might be the option.
Or you can run
speed leads is Nephthys.
Oh shoot.
It's okay. You can run El Shadow with triple revenge. If you also strip El Shadow revenge, it gets Will back.
Yeah, but nobody runs Will.
It's free to play units, bro.
Yeah, but nobody runs Will in the Triton or the Wunsa.
But you have it in your team.
Yeah, triple revenge Verd is probably the best option. Honestly, draft the same with triple revenge Verd, but we need one more unit that can do something like that.
Have you ever brought triple revenge into a fight and it didn't revenge?
Every time. But when your opponent brings it in, oh my god, dude, it happens 100% of the time, dude. 100%.
You see it, and you're like this. You're like, this is triple revenge, and then it violent procs, and you're like, fuck. and suddenly your heart drops into the pit of your stomach, and you close the game. You just close the game.
Yeah, at first,
after it revenged you 5 times in a row, it violent procs. And you're
you swear to God it's such a revenge, and then it violent procs. Yep, definitely.
But see, I run my Osharu with triple revenge for play versus Onsa, because if you give you one revenge, I put Will back in my team. And ban another strip.
See, the problem with fighting that is like this specific draft that people pick, they just don't run Will, and I can't outspeed them because those units have 116 base.
Pick Leo then, man.
I've tried
to Leo there, man.
I mean, the really tough one that actually gets me though is when they have Nephthys and Asima together with Wunsa. Like that's just impossibly difficult for me to fight because like, do I ban the Asima for the damage? Do I ban the Nephthys for the debuffs, or do I ban the Wunsa?
You know what? You know what? I know you're a good player, Tyler. Right? You're a good player. Your account's solid. Right? You know how you beat that. There's only probably like 0.001% of people out there with that combo. You quit RTA that day, you come back in like 3 hours, or you come back the next day, and hopefully you don't queue into him again, and you profit, right? You're a good player. You're still gonna gain your points. You just accept the loss against those guys. That's it. You just accept the loss, dude. GG, go next. That's honestly what I do, dude.
I came into I know what you're talking about, Tyler. You it's pretty hard to beat those comps, especially like their wound cell is like 320.
Yeah, my 24% speed lead Hathor at 300 speed got outsped by the guy's wound cell with no speed lead, and I was done for the day after that.
Yeah,
like, this sucks.
So what you're saying is, if we want to see Chris waking up next year in SWC, we need to have him summon an Asima. Got it. We need to get him an Asima, and then he'll be good to go. He's been using wound cell a lot, man.
So nuts though.
Yeah, it's hard to play against him. It's really hard to play against him. But yeah, some of those comps are hard. Can you imagine like lower rank players and when they get up against like Japanese cleave and stuff, they don't have the units or the runes to deal with it. They just accept defeat. You know what I mean? It's really hard to deal with it when they don't have those units. So it's tough.
Or you just don't put Will on your team, right?
Huh?
I think that's all cleave units.
Or you don't put Will on your team.
Or sorry, I was responding to Brian, not to.
Yeah,
you're right. Versus the wounds, it's just like in lower ranks, like you were saying, Brian. Yeah. All cleaves just work that way. If you don't have the rune quality to beat cleave, you just lose no matter.
It sucks. Yeah, it's a crappy feeling. But hopefully they make more units to respond in the future. Give us more options, right? I have to commend them this year. They've literally made a lot, or we've made that more meta. But they have been units that are more meta now that are free to play. There's quite a handful of them. Yeah, which is very nice. It gives people actually the chance, right? I feel more so than last year and the year before that. Yeah, more of a chance to compete at least in RTA. Yeah. Any more topics? We got like a couple minutes left here. You guys want to bring in anything else? You guys want to talk about?
I think this moment the Summoners War RTA it's very free to play because have Verge, Lauren, Elucia, Iselia. I think this moment is good for. A lot of players have chance for get your rank guardian, G1, G3, G2.
Yeah.
But I listen a lot the people not free to play don't like play more because Verde is so toxic, Lore is so toxic, and my Artemion can do nothing, and the people may doesn't like play the meta free to play. I listen people say this, but for me, say for a lot of people, this meta is really fun because you can run a lot of team difference. You can run attack pushback with Hathor or Lauren or Ashbel, something. Or you can play for RNG, take your Antares and all match, doesn't matter, another draft, play for RNG. And now this moment is very fun because you can play with a lot of units if you have the good runes. I think I like this moment about the game, but I think the meta for next year need to change because I listen a lot to the people powered to play RTA because you can play 5 wings, and the 5 wings you can say one hat or one veg, one lore, 5 hunters because people believe in the RNG.
Right.
Is
So, I mean,
thank you. Is Antares a problem or what? Oh
I mean,
my
it was
God.
definitely showcased in the it was definitely showcased in SWC.
And
the
is
power.
it just me or my Antares is dumb?
Yours was the worst Antares out of all the contestants. No joke. Like, actually, no joke.
What's wrong
Yours
with my
was the
Antares?
worst one. I don't know what you fed yours, but yours did nothing, dude. Your Antares sucked, dude.
I saw a lot of people. I don't know what I pick here. Okay, I pick Antares. A lot of people do this in this moment. I can't respond to another draft. I pick Antares.
I don't know. Antares counters a lot of things. Like if I see a Vertihill, I pick Antares. If I see a Lauren, I pick Antares. If I see a Sierra, I pick Antares.
If you don't see anything, you still pick Antares. I mean,
I don't
just,
know,
Exactly.
just
Exactly.
pick it, bro.
There's a lot of things,
Exactly.
If the enemy hasn't picked Antares, you pick Antares.
That's a good draft.
Exactly
Yeah.
this, man.
It's not wrong.
It's the same on Hathor. If the enemy don't pull, you pull. It's the same.
Oh, you know why? Yo, do you have an iPhone, Thompson? Use that. Oh, you don't use Apple products. Oh, you should have signed up for it because you should have been powered by Google Play. You should have been good, dude. Your Antares was not powered by Google Play. You should have told them, bro. Yeah, that you weren't an iPhone user. They probably thought you were an iPhone user, so they didn't power up your Antares like everybody else's. Yeah. Why are you laughing? That's the truth. What?
I did get lucky procs. But then my Antares didn't really proc.
Yeah, Antares is pretty.
It wasn't like the Antares not procking, but it was like my Antares didn't stun either.
And you know what's crazy? You just had to have your Antares do okay stuff, right? But here you see Les with a Violent Antares actually working well. Like the Violent Antares actually did some crazy work, man. It was actually pretty good watching that.
I have the Violent Antares. I used it. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, you have said you had one before. You said you had two actually, technically. Yeah.
Everyone that knows me and goes on my account knows. Yeah.
I think if you run in Daphne's Mananana and Lauren, you won easy the SWC.
You're right.
Manadada, really?
Yes.
You know what? You should have pulled it out. I mean, in hindsight now, yeah, you're like, I didn't make it anyways. I should have pulled out LD Nat 5. Would have been so good. Imagine winning with that, dude. Yeah.
True.
But all right, we had a very, very awesome podcast. Thank you guys for joining me today. We went over some fun things. Thompson, welcome back, man. Yeah, and we're proud of you, dude.
It's good to be back, man. I'm glad I'm back on podcasts. I was in Paris for like 2 weeks. Felt like forever.
Yeah, I mean, we're still very proud of you, man. You did really good. It was an awesome tournament. Big shout out to all the contestants. Big shout out to, Comtuous as well. And of course, today.
One thing I want to talk about real quick. Wasn't it crazy that everyone that was expected to win didn't win?
Yeah, it was a lot of upsets. Yep, especially, and I think I was happy about it though. I was happy about it though because EU was more hype.
It's really hard to guess this, but one thing I want to say is I can't believe Obabo was 100%.
God damn it! I'm pulling Obabo back next week, dude. I know, fucking Obabo, dude.
Right, holy shit.
Yeah, all of his predictions.
100%?
Yeah.
I mean, for the first pick, right?
Wait.
For the first matches, he said.
Obama rigged it. Thinking.
Well, Obama was kind of biased. He's like, "Oh, the Europeans going to win," which is cool. They're good. They proved their worth.
He had
and
inside
then,
information.
Thompson and Lest.
I mean, you also already mentioned why things turned out that way, right? You were saying that Diligent didn't prepare for Boss,
Mm-hmm.
and you felt like that's the reason why he lost.
You know, I had to play against Lauren, Leona and Gianna, and there's just some units I can't afford on Will, you know, and some units I have to put on Revenge. Is you know, and at the end it didn't pay off against Lest.
Yeah.
Plus, I didn't know like is Lest a fast player, a speedy player, a slow player? Like how are his runes? Like no one was ready for Lest, you know. Maybe Llama, but whatever.
Yeah. If only he just picked Bella again against you. Yeah. You can have. He just kept using Bella the whole tournament with 0% success rate. It still wins the
I have a
tournament.
story to tell you guys. With
Okay, let's hear it.
So, during the tournament, like we did a lot of interviews. We did a lot of waiting around, sitting around, lounging, and I got to know every player really well. And Les was one of the players I talked to a lot and knew really well. And the conversation I had with Les was I saw him in the RTA matches because he's on my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a match he won with Bella, and there's a match he lost with Bella. So then I got up, I sat next to him, I go, why are you using that shitty dog in Chinese? Lan Guanggo, you know? And I go, in most cases, you know, why don't you just use Shiho or like another stripper in slot of the Bella? So then when he brought the Bella in, when he was up 2 games, it was to be like, oh, I'm gonna kick your ass with the shitty dog.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, I didn't know that. Wow, that's actually a
pretty
really
funny.
good. That's actually pretty funny. And then he actually failed miserably and lost with it again. That's a 0% win rate, I think, in the whole
I
tournament.
don't know. I mean, but like that was
Respect
like
for
my
picking it,
icebreaker
I
with
guess,
him. I'm
right?
like, I told him I'm not that good in RTA, but I know, please don't bring in the Bella. It's really shitty. You know, you could bring in another single target stripper and let me give you some options. Yeah.
I think that that his set on that Bella was insane too, like a 280, 290 vial set. It was what he was
Yeah,
using
but
on
it
it.
had no will.
Right,
had no whip.
I'm saying he could have used that on a different unit as well. That's such an investment on a Bella. You know what I mean? 280, 290 vial set. It's kind of nutty.
I told him to ruin up his Shiho, and he was really conflicted whether he should ruin up the Shiho or the Bella. I'm like, are you fucking dumb? Like, just ruin up a Shiho, man.
Hey,
And then so in the tournament he wanted to prove me wrong. He's like, all right, I'm up 2 games. I'm a Bella you know. And then like he's like, oh shit, pump the brakes. This is not good. I lost the game. And then I won the 4th one, and then the last one he won.
yeah.
But it was just I didn't know his speeds, and then it was a adaptation with Boss. Like Boss's water fairy really harmed me really a lot, and also Judas's water fairy really hurt me. So when it came down to the final match, I'm like, dude, water fairy, I'm jaded. You know, it was like adaptation. I was jaded, and I was like, oh, Sierra shouldn't matter because like Sierra didn't. It wasn't a really Sierra day. It's missing a lot of bombs. I was wrong, but it was a chance I took. You know.
Yeah. Wasn't Les the one with the really strong Josephine as well? Is that why you were banning it, or was that a different match?
Well, I don't even know what to ban from Les. In hindsight, I should ban his speed lead. You know,
Yeah,
I
'cause
should just ban his Sierra.
Well, I'm talking about the
And go
pre-ban.
from there.
The pre-ban, because you were doing a lot of Josephine pre-ban. No, I think it was.
I was just thinking like, hey, you know, pick the Hathor, ban to Josephine, go from there. But like, sounds like a pretty good strategy because it was an anti-CC.
Right, but I mean,
But,
it was a pretty fast Josephine. No, it's like a 270 something Josephine. So were you scared of that? Did you know that, or what?
I was not scared of Josephine, but I don't know what Les has that
bad.
I should be scared of. That's the point, you know. Like with Boss, I was able to adapt and you know which was his threat. By the time I got to Les, you know, like my brain was already fried. I ran out of like mental stamina, you know. Like with Boss, I was like, oh, okay, the water fairy, the Lauren, his Vertihill, which threats he had, you know.
Okay.
Hathor, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing all the information, man. I think we had a very, very good podcast today. Welcome back, Thompson. Be looking forward to seeing you every week. If you guys are watching from YouTube, hopefully you guys enjoyed today. Yeah, we probably will continue this discussion, of course, like our buffs and nerfs, and talk more about these units that were buffed already, because people are going to find ways and to use them in these compositions in the next couple of weeks of RTA. Every week is more testing, more things being seen by all the different players. So it's going to be interesting to see if any of these units, you know, fully go up and shine. Well, besides Jaeger, right? But if you guys watch this podcast, hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment below. I always go through these comments, and I think, you know, Comp2Us does actually watch these podcasts, so that means that they probably go through the comment section below as well. So make sure you guys leave all your suggestions, because if you ever wanted to suggest something, this is some of the best time. Yeah.
Make sure you guys click the notification button so you guys will not miss out any of the podcast. Make sure you comment because Brian reads all the comments.
For this
Make sure you
podcast,
watch
I
the
usually do.
podcast so you can see us argue like all the time.
Yep, make sure you guys come and watch us live as well. As well as I'm gonna put all their links to their streams. Thompson's probably gonna stream more. Everybody here streams, so I'll put their links in the description as always, and make sure you guys check them out. But until next time, what?
Do we actually get to see Thompson streams now that SWC is over?
Maybe at least once or twice a month. I don't know. Maybe once a week. I don't know when he gets time. No.
I'm turning Thompson notifications on. Let's go.
Yeah, Thompson notifications is what we should be turning on. You know?